we didn't execute. I don't think we're committed enough.
They get loud on offense. They're supposed to get loud for the defense, not this.
A lot of my audience could vouch for me. I've appeared on this channel multiple times praising the Philadelphia Eagles and how quickly they've rebounded since the last year of the Carson Wentz, Doug Peterson era. And now it seems like they're imploding from each and every single angle. And I think we all know how this ends. So we need to discuss what is causing all this. Before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. If you want to see some of my content a little earlier, check out our channel memberships program. All you have to do is click the join button to check it out. Now that we got all that out of the way, we made $1,100 off of a $20 entry on Prize Picks. And it wasn't just me, it was everyone that followed these picks on my Instagram story. And the best feeling is the amount of people that made money as a result of this. I mean, bam, 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 bam! My DMs were flooded, so the best part for me was seeing you guys make money as well. But we're not done yet. If you haven't signed up for Prize Picks, use my promo code Mikerophone to double your deposit up until $100 on Prize Picks. And I give away my picks on a daily basis for free on my Instagram story and now my Snapchat story. We're having so much fun doing this. I'm so happy that I made you guys some money. And thank you, Prize Picks, for the sponsor. Mike Check 1212. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year, Mike Mafia. I hope everyone had an amazing new year. I hope you all go into 2024 refreshed and motivated to reach your goals. With that being said, a team that hasn't had a great 2024 so far is the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that has been soaring over the past 2 years behind Jaylen Herz and Nick Sirianni. How far has this team come from Nick Sirianni's awkward and embarrassing introductory press conference?
Part of that, the first part of being smart is knowing what to do. We're gonna have systems in place that are easier to learn. All right, complicated to the defense or offense that they're going against or the special teams group they're going against, but easy for us to learn. Because when we can when we can learn our system and we can get good at our system, then our talent can take over. Less thinking equals talent take over.
You see, the Philadelphia Eagles have a proven formula that actually won them a Super Bowl before. We even made a short of it on this YouTube channel. You see, the first thing the Philadelphia Eagles do is they hire a under-the-radar rookie head coach who is met with underwhelmed skepticism. The head coach will hire the Chargers offensive coordinator with multiple years prior experience and proven competence. During the Doug Peterson era, that was Frank Reich, but more recently, that was Shane Steichen. As a result, their quarterback ends up having a remarkable year and becomes a near MVP candidate. They make major roster improvements and even make it to the Super Bowl to face off against a legendary quarterback and head coaching duo. In 2017, that was the Patriots and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Recently, it was Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Obviously, they were able to beat Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, and recently they weren't able to beat Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Following that Super Bowl, our offensive coordinator gets poached by the Colts and is replaced with a rookie internal promotion. It's crazy how detailed this cycle is. And as a result, the quarterback and offense regress with bad play calling and turnovers in a frustrating season. As a result, Howie Roseman makes a desperation trade for an aging vet who makes no difference, and in years past, the team ends up losing in the divisional round. Previously, it was Golden Tate, currently it's Kevin Byard. And I'm not saying these are bad moves, because on paper, it makes a lot of sense. Historically, Howie Roseman has been taking a lot of swings, and a lot of those swings have hit. I mean, DeAndre Swift has been a success. A.J. Brown during the 2022 NFL draft has been a success. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson last year was a success, but of course he went to the Detroit Lions. Hassan Reddick was a success. Jordan Davis in the 2022 NFL draft was a success. Jalen Carter in the 2023 NFL draft was a huge success. So at this point, if they've been successful, what's been the problem? The Eagles got off to a great start to start the year. A team that started off the season 11-1, including an impressive stretch where they were able to beat the Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, and Buffalo Bills in 3 straight weeks. weeks. Now, look, did they kind of get lucky against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills because Marquez Valdez-Scantling dropped a pass versus the Eagles when they faced off in week 11? Possibly. Did they also get potentially a little lucky against the Buffalo Bills? I guess you could say that due to the miscommunication between Gabe Davis and Josh Allen. At the end of the day, teams that are able to win these types of games deserve a lot of credit, and you could even praise their situational football as a result of this. But you see, I guess you could say Nick Sirianni may have jinxed this team following week 11 by doing this.
Hey, I don't hear anymore! Chief fans! See ya!
Because although they beat the Buffalo Bills the next week, following that, they got decimated against the San Francisco 49ers, then the Dallas Cowboys. They lost a heartbreaker to the Seattle Seahawks. They barely beat the New York Giants. And then, most recently, they lost their worst game of the season in a trap game against the Arizona Cardinals, where the Philadelphia Eagles needed to win if they wanted to maintain home field advantage throughout the NFL playoffs. They're going up against a team that is practically trying to tank so they could get Marvin Harrison Jr. in the NFL draft. And in this game, we probably saw everything that is wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, the San Francisco 49ers were watching this really closely, and I don't think anyone expected this result.
Motion over, top five.
Come on.
Go get him. Go. Go. There you go. Go.
Get his ass.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah!
I mean, the game was so disastrous that Eagles fans were in shock of how terrible this Philadelphia Eagles offense was. And this is probably my favorite moment, was this woman saying, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And I don't blame Eagles fans for saying this. The main culprit is the Philadelphia Eagles offense, who just seem to have disappeared recently. And if you go through the Philadelphia Eagles historically, you would see that a lot of Philadelphia Eagles aren't happy with the way the offense is being run. And I don't know if you point the blame finger at Brian Johnson, Nick Sirianni, Jaylen Herz, or AJ Brown. It seems like they're all mad at each other. I mean, look at this clip from the Bills game between Jaylen Herz and Brian Johnson. I mean, I've been joking that Jaylen Herz never looks happy and is the king of giving Instagram captions as his interviews.
I know I've walked through the fire time and time again, and in the end, it's always made me stronger. You know, I think I hate losing more than I love to win. Some of these things, they build character. I say that all the time. You know, that's a day-by-day thing. Keep the main thing, and money is nice, championships are better. That we're not just hungry for it, but we're starving for it. Never get too high, never get too low. Rent is due every day, and when that rent's due, I don't plan on missing no payment. No man is an island. You gotta draw your strength from others. I had a purpose before everybody had an opinion, and enough is never enough.
Every week, everybody do their job and dominate their bucks, and we'll be the best team ever. Gotta keep climbing, man. Sky's the limit.
And I guess when your team is winning, it's kind of cute to see these types of interviews. I mean, hell, I get motivated sometimes when I talk this way. But you see Jaylen Herz getting mad at Brian Johnson. You see AJ Brown getting pissed off at Jaylen Herz. You see the entire Philadelphia Eagles team tuning out Nick Sirianni recently. And when you take a look at the Eagles offense, I mean, their problems are exemplified by the most important drive of their season. They're tied 28-28 after being up 21-10 against the Arizona Cardinals. Out comes the Philadelphia Eagles offense on 1st and 20. What's the first play that you think they run? I'll let you guess. A deep play action pass. B, a screen pass to AJ Brown. C, a QB sweep. I'll give you a second to determine which one it was. If you happen to choose C, a QB sweep, then you are correct. They were able to pick up 4 yards on 1st and 20. The clock is now running, but I guess you could say that they have a lot of time. So out comes the team for 2nd and 16. What do you think they run over here? Is it A, a short slant, B, another QB draw, C, a deep play action pass, or D, a screen pass? I'll give you 5 seconds to determine which it is. If you selected yet another QB draw, then you are correct. The Philadelphia Eagles ran back-to-back QB runs to set themselves up for 3rd and 20 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. And then following the second QB run, we get led up to probably my favorite moment of the game, which I feel for this woman who says, "What the hell are you guys doing? Why are we running back-to-back QB runs when the score is tied 28-28? Considering the fact that the Cardinals offense was able to easily put up points against this Eagles defense." At that point, it's 3rd and 20. It doesn't matter what they run because they weren't able to get themselves within 3rd and manageable. And the worst part of all is the players are running out of things to say. Following their loss against the Seattle Seahawks, Jaylen Instagram caption post-game interview QB, who historically has never said anything wrong to the media. This man is like a machine when it comes to handling the press. Finally cracked a little bit when he said this.
In those situations,
I've been talking about execution all year. Been on the same page. Everyone been on the same page, and we didn't execute. I don't think we're committed enough. Just got to turn it around. It's a challenge that we have to embrace. Just continue to see it through.
What do you mean by that, about being committed enough?
Commitment. I don't know that if I had a dictionary on me now, I don't know how else to say.
A.J. Brown is clearly frustrated at the Philadelphia Eagles. If you take a look at his post-game interview following their loss to the Cardinals.
No, I'm not about to talk.
Not to talk today? Can you tell us why?
That would be talking. It's nothing to say.
I don't think you'll talk this week. You don't know.
And probably the craziest part of all is Jaylen Herz admitting openly that he's just trying to ignore what the fans are trying to say to him currently.
They get loud on offense. They're supposed to get loud for the defense, not us.
Which is wild considering the fact that the fans are right. The Philadelphia Eagles offense doesn't make sense, and it should. You have DeAndre Swift, you have Jaylen Herz, you have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You have an incredible offensive line. This offense should be a top 3 offense at minimum, and the fact that they're not is a problem. And here's the biggest problem. Jaylen Herz just signed a contract extension this past offseason. Well-deserved, great story considering his collegiate career. He is now the 5th highest paid QB in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to be in a tough situation once Jaylen Hertz's cap hit comes into effect, which should be next year, which means the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get a lot weaker next year, which means this is probably their final chance in at least a year or two to win a Super Bowl. I think in 2 years, Jaylen Hertz's contract becomes undervalued and then you're back up in there again. But the fact that they have had this fall off has been absolutely insane to me. It reminds me of the 2021 Arizona Cardinals, who started out the season 7-0 and then had this crazy collapse in December. It's almost identical to the Arizona Cardinals because they entered December 10-2 and all of a sudden they finished the season 11-7. And it seems like the Eagles are on the same path here. At the end of the day, if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, let me know what the Eagles have to do to fix this team. Because if they don't fix something in a hurry, then their season is going to collapse. And their season has already collapsed, considering the fact that they're now the 5th seed in the NFC as opposed to the 1st seed in the NFC. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this, guys. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.